What if I told you that the moment you stop learning, you stop growing? That success isn't a finish line, it's a constant journey of discovery. Every successful person you admire has one thing in common: they never stop learning. Learning is not something that ends after school or college. It's something that evolves every single day. The most powerful minds are not the ones that know everything, they're the ones that stay curious. Lifelong learning is the difference between people who grow and those who remain stuck. It's the secret fuel that keeps the successful unstoppable. Look around the world. Technology changes, jobs evolve, and new ideas rise every minute. The ones who succeed are not those who know the most, but those who adapt the fastest. Every book you read, every conversation you have, every question you ask, becomes a small step toward mastery. Successful people don't wait for opportunities to teach them. They create their own classrooms, every single day. When the alarm rings, most people start a battle between comfort and commitment. The comfortable voice says, "Just 5 more minutes." But the disciplined voice says, "Let's rise." That one decision separates success from average. When you choose discipline over delay, you're not just waking up early, you're building self-trust. You're proving to yourself that your word matters. That's what confidence truly is, the trust you build in yourself through daily actions. Discipline in the morning creates clarity. You're not chasing the day, you're directing it. Instead of starting in chaos, you start in control. Think of the most successful people, CEOs, athletes, creators, leaders. Their mornings are not random. They are structured, intentional, and sacred. They all begin with one goal: to center themselves before the world starts asking for their attention. The truth is, the world will always demand your time, energy, and focus. If you don't set boundaries in the morning, the day will swallow you whole. When you wake up and immediately grab your phone, you surrender your mind to notifications, messages, and other people's priorities. But when you wake up and give yourself 30 to 60 minutes of quiet, reflection, and purpose, you reclaim your power. The first hour after waking is your golden hour. It's the time when your brain is most creative, your emotions are most stable, and your focus is strongest. If you spend that golden hour wisely, your entire day will rise with it. Morning discipline begins with preparation, the night before. Most people waste their nights scrolling, eating late, or overthinking. But successful people end their day with intention. They prepare for tomorrow. They write down what they want to achieve. They visualize it. They go to bed early because they understand that tomorrow's success begins tonight. They don't chase motivation in the morning, they set the stage for it. When the alarm rings, successful people don't wait to feel ready. They move. They act. Action creates energy, not the other way around. That first act of getting up on time is your first victory of the day. It might feel small, but it's powerful. Because if you can't win that small battle with your bed, how can you win the big battles of life? Each morning victory strengthens your discipline muscle, the same way workouts strengthen your body. And the more you train that muscle, the easier it becomes to say no to laziness, procrastination, and fear. After waking up, what do most successful people do? They don't scroll. They don't rush. They breathe. They take a few moments of stillness, to think, to feel, to connect with their goals. Some meditate, some pray, some write in a journal. The purpose is the same: to center the mind before the storm begins. Stillness doesn't slow you down. It aligns you. It's like tuning your instrument before playing the music of the day. After silence comes movement. They move their body, maybe a walk, maybe stretching, maybe an intense workout. They do it not just for fitness, but for focus. Exercise releases energy. It clears the fog of sleep. It wakes up the brain. When your body feels powerful, your mind follows. That's why movement is not optional for high achievers. It's part of who they are. Next comes fuel. What you feed your body and mind in the morning decides how far you'll go. While most people grab sugar, caffeine, or fast food, successful people nourish themselves, physically and mentally. They drink water to rehydrate, eat clean to energize, and read or listen to something inspiring. They feed their mind with knowledge, not noise. Reading just 10 pages of a good book, listening to an uplifting podcast, or watching a short motivational video can completely shift your mindset. Then comes focus. Successful people don't start their day reacting to everything. They prioritize. They ask, "What are the 3 most important things I must accomplish today?" Then they block time to do them, without distraction. This is what separates productivity from busyness. Busyness is chaos. Productivity is direction. When you take control of your focus in the morning, you save hours of wasted energy later. Here's the biggest truth. Morning discipline is not about doing everything. It's about doing what matters, with intention. You don't need a 2-hour ritual or fancy planner. You just need commitment. Start with one habit, waking up 30 minutes earlier. Then add another, writing your goals. Then another, moving your body. Slowly it becomes natural. You'll notice that your energy rises, your confidence grows, and your stress fades. Because you're no longer chasing your day, you're leading it. Some people say, "I'm not a morning person." That's not true. You've just trained yourself to be a night person. Anyone can rewire their body clock with consistency. It takes 21 days to form a new rhythm. Start small. Wake up just 15 minutes earlier for a week. Then add another 15. Soon you'll realize that the quiet of the morning becomes addictive. It's peaceful, powerful, and full of potential. Think of morning discipline like sharpening your sword before battle. Every day, you face challenges, stress, work, noise, distractions. But if your sword is sharp, you move through them with strength. Without discipline, even small problems feel heavy. With discipline, even big challenges feel manageable. That's why the world's top performers guard their mornings with their lives. Now imagine this: you wake up, stretch your body, drink water, sit in silence, write your goals, and move for 10 minutes. By 8 a.m., you've already accomplished more than most people by noon. That feeling, that calm, focused power, will carry through the rest of your day. You'll walk differently. Talk differently. Think differently. Because you're no longer a follower of time, you're a leader of it. Morning discipline doesn't mean perfection. You'll have off days. You'll oversleep sometimes. But what matters is getting back up, again and again. That's the real habit of champions: resilience. Each morning is a new chance to start again. To rebuild. To realign. The sunrise doesn't care about your past. It just gives you a new opportunity to rise. So from tomorrow, don't just wake up. Rise up. Rise for yourself. Rise for your dreams. Rise because you're building something powerful, your own version of success. Because discipline is not about control. It's about freedom. Freedom from regret, from excuses, from wasted time. The more discipline you build, the freer you become. And that is the true power of morning discipline. It's not about what time you wake up. It's about who you become when you do. Think of the greats: Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs. All of them are obsessed with learning. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages a day. Oprah says learning is her life's greatest passion. Elon Musk taught himself rocket science through books and curiosity. They prove that success isn't about what you know now. It's about how hungry you are to learn what's next. Here's the truth. Most people stop learning the moment they graduate. They think school is where knowledge begins and ends. But real learning begins when you step into the world and start asking, why? Lifelong learners ask questions every day. They are students of life, not just students of books. They learn from mistakes, from people, from failures, and even from silence. Learning doesn't always mean reading textbooks. It means learning from experiences. It means studying your emotions, understanding people, and improving your mindset. Every challenge teaches something valuable, if you're willing to listen. That's what separates successful people from ordinary ones: their ability to learn from everything, even pain. Lifelong learners have one magical trait: curiosity. They're not afraid to say, "I don't know." In fact, they love that feeling, because it means there's something new to discover. When you stay curious, you stay alive. When you stop being curious, you start dying mentally. Curiosity makes you humble, hungry, and open-minded, the three ingredients every successful person needs. Learning is not a burden, it's a blessing. It keeps your mind young, flexible, and creative. When you feed your brain new ideas, it rewards you with energy, clarity, and innovation. That's why successful people read daily, listen to podcasts, attend workshops, and surround themselves with smarter people. They don't chase entertainment, they chase enlightenment. Think about your phone. If you stop updating it, it slows down and crashes. Your mind works the same way. If you don't update your thinking, you get stuck in old patterns. The world keeps changing. The only way to stay ahead is to keep learning. Some people say, "I don't have time to read or study." But the truth is, you don't need hours, you just need intention. 10 minutes a day is enough to change your mindset completely. Read one page. Watch one educational video. Listen to one inspiring podcast. Over time, these small actions compound, and they transform your thinking. Lifelong learners also understand that failure is a form of learning. They don't see mistakes as disasters, they see them as lessons. Every failure carries a hidden message. Every setback is a classroom in disguise. When something goes wrong, you can choose two paths: complain or learn. Successful people always choose the second one. They ask, "What did this experience teach me?" Because they know, life doesn't test you to punish you, it tests you to teach you. When you start viewing challenges as lessons, fear disappears. You no longer see problems as obstacles, but as opportunities to grow. The more you learn, the more confident you become. Knowledge builds belief, and belief turns into power. When you understand the world better, you move through it with calm and strength. You stop guessing and start acting. You stop fearing and start creating. That's why successful people don't wait for motivation, they educate themselves into it. But here's a secret: true learning doesn't just happen in books. It happens in observation. Watch how people react, how they speak, how they think. The world is a living classroom. Every person you meet knows something you don't. Every moment carries a new lesson, if you pay attention. Lifelong learners also have mentors. They understand that learning alone can be slow. So, they seek guidance from people who've already walked the path they're trying to take. They listen more than they speak. They absorb wisdom like a sponge. They respect the power of experience. Having a mentor doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. In today's world, knowledge is everywhere. You can learn from books, online courses, YouTube videos, even short quotes. There's no excuse to stay stuck. But you must filter what you consume. Not all information helps you grow. Focus on what uplifts, inspires, and improves your life, not what drains it. Learning is also about unlearning. You can't fill a full cup. Sometimes, success requires letting go of old beliefs that no longer serve you. If you believe you're not smart enough, rich enough, or capable enough, that's the first lesson to unlearn. Replace those thoughts with, I am learning every day, and I'm getting better every day. That's how transformation begins. The habit of lifelong learning turns ordinary people into extraordinary thinkers. It's not about having degrees or diplomas. It's about staying curious and hungry long after everyone else gives up. When you stay committed to learning, life rewards you with wisdom, clarity, and purpose. Here's something powerful to remember. Every time you learn something new, you increase your value, to yourself and to the world. The more you know, the more doors open. Knowledge gives you options. Options give you freedom. And freedom gives you the power to live on your own terms. But consistency is key. You can't just learn once and stop. You have to feed your mind daily, like watering a plant. The more you nourish it, the stronger it grows. And soon, it bears fruit, in the form of ideas, success, and self-belief. Lifelong learning is not a choice, it's a lifestyle. It's waking up every day and asking, what can I learn today that will make me better than yesterday? It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every small piece of knowledge builds your foundation of greatness. Remember this. The moment you stop learning, the world moves ahead without you. But the moment you start again, the world opens up for you. Never stop being a student. Because the best students eventually become the best teachers. So stay curious. Read more. Ask more. Explore more. And keep learning, not to impress anyone, but to become the best version of yourself. Because the day you stop learning is the day you stop growing. And growth is the heart of unstoppable success. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do repeatedly. Small, consistent actions done daily are more powerful than huge efforts done once in a while. Consistency turns effort into excellence. It's the invisible bridge between goals and achievement. Think about a drop of water falling on a rock. One drop does nothing. But over time, those tiny drops carve through stone. That's what consistency does. It shapes your destiny quietly, one drop at a time. Most people quit not because they lack potential, but because they lack patience. They want instant results. They plant the seed today and expect fruit tomorrow. But success doesn't work like that. It's built slowly, layer by layer, day by day. Consistency is the discipline of doing the right thing even when it feels pointless. When you start a new habit, motivation pushes you. But when motivation fades, and it always does, consistency takes over. That's the moment most people quit. They confuse boredom with failure. But the truth is, boredom is the pathway to mastery. If you can keep going when things feel dull, you'll outlast 99% of people. Think about successful athletes. They don't practice only when they feel inspired. They train every day, rain or shine, joy or pain. The greats like Kobe Bryant, Serena Williams, and Cristiano Ronaldo became legends not just because of talent, but because of their relentless consistency. They made progress their daily ritual. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means doing something every day, even if it's not perfect, just to keep the momentum alive. A small step forward every day beats a giant leap taken once in a while. Even 1% improvement daily becomes massive over time. That's the power of compound effort. Consistency is also emotional discipline. It's training your mind to stay focused when your emotions try to pull you away. Some days you'll feel powerful, some days you'll feel drained, but you must keep moving anyway. Consistency is not about how you feel, it's about who you choose to be. Most people wait to feel ready before taking action. But successful people take action to feel ready. They don't wait for the right mood or the right time. They understand that progress creates motivation, not the other way around. When you keep showing up, motivation will eventually find you. Your mind will try to trick you with excuses. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm too tired. I don't see results. But consistency is about ignoring those voices. It's about doing the work anyway, quietly, persistently, without applause. Because every action adds up, even when nobody notices. The magic happens when effort becomes identity. You stop saying, I'm trying. You start saying, I am a learner. I am a creator. I am someone who keeps going. That shift in self-image transforms your habits permanently. Consistency is like brushing your teeth. You don't do it because it's exciting. You do it because it's essential. Most success habits are boring, but they build brilliance. Reading daily, saving money, exercising, improving your craft, all these may look simple. But done daily, they make you unstoppable. If you want to stay consistent, start small. Don't try to change your life overnight. Start with one habit and commit to it for 21 days. When that becomes easy, add another one. Build your success like a staircase, one step at a time. That's how real transformation happens. Consistency is not about working harder, it's about working smarter and longer. It's about building rhythm. The same way music has a beat, your success has one too, and that beat is daily action. Miss a few beats, and you lose momentum. But keep it steady, and soon the rhythm becomes natural. There's a secret benefit of consistency: it builds confidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you prove that you can be trusted. Your self-respect grows. Your self-belief strengthens. And suddenly, big dreams don't feel impossible anymore. Confidence isn't built by success, it's built by keeping commitments. Consistency is also contagious. When people see your discipline, they start believing in you, and more importantly, they start believing in themselves. You become a living example of persistence. You inspire others not by what you say, but by what you do every single day. That's real leadership. But beware, consistency doesn't mean rigidity. It's okay to rest, reset, and realign. Consistency is about direction, not speed. Sometimes slowing down helps you move farther. Taking a break is not quitting, it's preparing for your next move. Balance is part of consistency too. One of the best ways to stay consistent is to track progress. When you see your growth, even small wins, it fuels motivation. Write it down, celebrate it, honor it. Progress, no matter how small, is proof that your effort is working. And when you see progress, your mind craves more. That's how consistency becomes self-reinforcing. Remember this. The world doesn't reward the person who starts fastest. It rewards the person who stays longest. Every master was once a beginner who refused to quit. Every success story is just a long tale of staying consistent when others gave up. Consistency makes success predictable. You no longer depend on luck or chance, because you've built a system that guarantees progress. Success becomes a habit, not a miracle. And that's when life becomes unstoppable. It won't always be easy. You'll face distractions, doubt, and fatigue. But every time you stay consistent, you strengthen your mental muscle. And one day, you'll look back and realize, you didn't just build a habit. You built yourself. So, keep showing up. Do it when it's exciting, and do it when it's boring. Do it when people are watching, and when nobody cares. Because consistency isn't about the result, it's about the person you become through the process. When you stay consistent, success doesn't chase you, it finds you. That's the quiet power of discipline. That's what makes successful people unstoppable. We live in a noisy world. Every beep, notification, and message tries to steal your attention. Most people wake up and lose their focus before their day even begins. But successful people? They guard their attention like gold. They know that focus is fuel, and once it's wasted, the day is gone. Your energy flows where your attention goes. If your mind is scattered, your progress will be too. But when you focus deeply, even 1 hour of real work can outshine an entire week of distraction. That's the magic of deep work. Total immersion in what truly matters. Deep work means cutting out noise. It means doing one thing with complete attention, no interruptions. It's not about working more hours, it's about working with power. When you focus deeply, your brain enters flow, that beautiful state where time disappears and creativity explodes. Think of your mind like sunlight. When scattered, it warms nothing. But when concentrated through a magnifying glass, it can set fire. That's what focus does. It turns ordinary effort into unstoppable energy. The greatest achievers understand this. Steve Jobs was known for his obsession with simplicity and focus. He once said, "Deciding what not to do is as important as deciding what to do." That's the secret, not adding more, but removing what doesn't matter. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you say no to something meaningful. You can't chase 10 things at once and expect to catch one. Clarity creates results. The more you focus your energy, the faster you move. Distraction destroys more dreams than failure ever will. Scrolling endlessly, switching between tasks, or constantly checking your phone, these small habits steal hours from your life. Focus isn't just about working hard. It's about controlling what deserves your attention. Successful people train their minds to ignore noise. They create environments that protect focus, quiet spaces, minimal clutter, scheduled breaks. They plan their day instead of letting the day plan them. They don't multitask, they monotask. Because every time you multitask, your brain loses energy switching back and forth. It's like restarting a computer every 5 minutes, slow and exhausting. Deep work requires solitude. It demands that you disconnect from the world for a while to connect with your purpose. It's not always comfortable. It can feel lonely. But that silence is where brilliance is born. The best ideas appear when the mind is still. People often confuse busyness with productivity. Being busy means you're reacting to everything. Being focused means you're creating something meaningful. You can fill your day with activity and still achieve nothing. But one focused hour can change everything. Focus is a habit, not a gift. And like any habit, it must be trained daily. Start by giving full attention to one task for just 25 minutes. Turn off distractions. Set a timer. Do only that one thing. You'll be amazed how much you can accomplish when you truly concentrate. Your phone, emails, and social media are not evil, but they are tools. If you don't control them, they'll control you. Set boundaries. Decide when you'll use them, not when they'll use you. Protect your attention like you protect your health, because both determine your quality of life. Focus also requires emotional discipline. It's easy to get distracted by fear, doubt, or comparison. You see others winning and think you're behind. But remember, your journey is not theirs. Stay in your lane. When you water your own grass, it grows greener. To master focus, you must also master rest. A tired mind can't concentrate deeply. You don't need endless hours, you need energized hours. That's why successful people value recovery as much as effort. They rest to refocus, not to escape. Meditation, journaling, and silence are powerful tools of focus. They declutter your thoughts and sharpen your awareness. Even 10 minutes of stillness can reset your brain for the entire day. In a loud world, silence is your strength. Deep work isn't just about productivity, it's about purpose. When you work deeply, you feel connected to what you're doing. You stop chasing external validation and start finding inner satisfaction. That's when your work becomes art. Focus creates mastery. Every expert you admire, from musicians to athletes, built their skill through deep focus. They practiced one thing for years until it became effortless. They didn't need luck. They needed patience, focus, and obsession with improvement. In contrast, scattered people achieve little because their energy is divided. They start many things but finish none. Their effort evaporates because their attention leaks. Focus is the container that holds your energy together. Without it, even hard work spills away. Ask yourself daily, what truly deserves my focus today? Not what's urgent, but what's important. Because urgency comes from others, but importance comes from within. The more you align your focus with your values, the more unstoppable you become. Deep work is also about saying no a lot. Saying no to distraction, to meaningless meetings, to toxic habits, to fake urgency. Every no creates space for your true yes. Every time you protect your focus, you invest in your future. You can't create greatness in chaos. You must build islands of focus in your day, even 30 minutes where you shut out the noise and go deep. Those moments of pure attention are where breakthroughs happen. That's where ideas are born, skills sharpen, and progress accelerates. Focus is not intensity, it's intention. It's knowing exactly what you're doing and why. It's working smarter, not just harder. When your focus is clear, your path is straight. You stop drifting and start driving. Sometimes, life will test your focus. People will distract you, results will delay, and challenges will multiply. But that's where true focus shines, when you keep your eyes on the goal, not the noise. The moment you refuse distraction, you take back your power. Here's a truth most people forget. Discipline creates focus, and focus creates freedom. When you train your attention, you control your time. And when you control your time, you control your life. That's the highest form of success, freedom through focus. Focus also brings peace. When you do one thing fully, your mind feels calm and fulfilled. But when you try to do everything, anxiety takes over. A focused mind is a peaceful mind. And a peaceful mind is unstoppable. So, take back your attention. Turn off distractions. Decide your priorities. And do one thing, just one, with your whole heart. Because true greatness is not built in chaos. It's built in silence, concentration, and patience. Every time you focus deeply, you connect to your purpose. And purpose is what makes success meaningful. Without focus, success feels empty, but with it, every step feels powerful. Focus is the habit that turns potential into performance. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most, again and again. So protect your focus. Guard it like your future depends on it, because it does. Be where your feet are. Do one thing at a time. And do it with excellence. That's how you move from being busy to being brilliant. That's how you turn ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Because in the end, the world doesn't belong to those who try everything. It belongs to those who master one thing with relentless focus. And that's what makes successful people truly unstoppable. Discipline means choosing long-term rewards over short-term pleasure. It means saying no to comfort and yes to growth. It's waking up early, training when tired, studying when bored, and staying consistent when no one's watching. That's what separates winners from wishers. Sacrifice is the heart of discipline. To become great, you must give up good. You can't chase every distraction and still reach your goal. Success demands that you trade temporary ease for permanent strength. Every sacrifice builds your mental muscle. Think about it. The writer sacrifices sleep to finish a chapter. The athlete sacrifices comfort to train harder. The entrepreneur sacrifices weekends to build their dream. They're not unlucky. They're simply focused enough to pay the price most people avoid. Discipline doesn't come naturally. It's built one small decision at a time. Each time you choose effort over laziness, your discipline grows stronger. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the more powerful it becomes. The problem is, Most people expect discipline to feel good. But it doesn't, not at first. It's uncomfortable, even painful. But that pain is the price of transformation. You can either suffer from discipline or from regret. The choice is yours. When you sacrifice comfort, you gain character. When you sacrifice pleasure, you gain purpose. And when you sacrifice fear, you gain freedom. That's the hidden power of discipline. It gives you control over yourself. Successful people don't have more hours. They just waste fewer. They schedule their day, protect their habits, and follow routines religiously. They don't wait for perfect moods or conditions. They act anyway. Discipline is doing it when you don't want to. That's the secret most never learn. Your body and mind will resist at first. They'll whisper, "Take it easy." But your dreams need you to whisper back, "Not today." Every time you say no to laziness, you say yes to your future. That's how unstoppable people are made. There's a difference between interest and commitment. Interest works when it's convenient. Commitment works even when it's hard. Discipline turns interest into commitment. And commitment turns dreams into results. Sacrifice often feels lonely. While others relax, you'll be working. While others sleep, you'll be preparing. But that's how leaders rise. The world sees the success, not the sacrifices behind it. Yet those sacrifices are what shape your destiny. Think about the greatest success stories in history. They all started with discipline, a decision to do what others wouldn't. Michael Jordan didn't become a legend by talent alone. He practiced longer than anyone. Elon Musk didn't build rockets overnight. He worked 100-hour weeks for years. They didn't wait for luck. They created it through discipline. Every goal requires trade-offs. If you want health, you must sacrifice junk food. If you want wealth, you must sacrifice wasteful spending. If you want peace, you must sacrifice toxic habits. Discipline teaches you that you can't have everything, but you can have what truly matters. Discipline also builds respect, not from others, but from yourself. When you keep promises to yourself, your confidence grows. You begin to trust your own strength. And when you trust yourself, you become unstoppable. Most people fail not because they lack goals, but because they lack habits. They start strong but stop too soon. They don't follow through when it gets boring. But winners repeat what works, even when no one's watching. That's self-discipline in action. The magic of discipline is in consistency. Small daily actions, repeated over time, create massive results. You don't need to be perfect, just persistent. Show up every day. Do your best. Let time multiply your effort. Sacrifice also reveals your priorities. What you're willing to give up shows what you truly value. If your dream matters, you'll make time for it, not excuses. The world respects those who live with purpose, not comfort. Sometimes, discipline means walking away from bad habits, from toxic people, from distractions that drain your energy. It's not easy to let go, but growth always requires release. Every no you say to distraction is a yes to destiny. Discipline isn't about being strict, it's about being smart. It's knowing that every action has a cost and every delay has a price. So you choose wisely where your time goes. The disciplined person doesn't need motivation. They have direction. The moment you realize that success is built on sacrifice, you stop fighting the process. You stop expecting ease and start embracing effort. Effort becomes your friend. Discomfort becomes your teacher. And growth becomes your reward. Even your emotions need discipline. Don't let fear make your decisions. Don't let doubt steal your action. Feel it, but move anyway. That's emotional discipline, courage in motion. Every morning you have two choices. Stay in bed with your dreams or wake up and chase them. The difference lies in discipline. The alarm clock isn't your enemy, your excuses are. Discipline also means patience. You don't plant a seed and expect fruit overnight. You water it daily, even when nothing shows. That's what disciplined people do. They keep going when the results are invisible. Because they know progress happens quietly before it becomes visible. Sacrifice turns into strength when you see its purpose. The pain of effort is temporary, but the pride of success lasts forever. You'll forget the sleepless nights, the tough mornings, the missed parties. But you'll never forget how it felt to achieve your dream. If you ever feel tired, remember why you started. Your discipline is not for today, it's for your future self. The one who will thank you for not quitting. Keep your eyes on that version of you. The one who made it. The one who refused to settle. The strongest people aren't the ones who never fail, they're the ones who never give up. They fall, rest, learn, and rise again. Because discipline doesn't mean perfection, it means persistence. Even a small step forward every day is a victory. To build discipline, start small. Make your bed. Exercise for 10 minutes. Read 5 pages. It's not about the size of the habit, it's about the consistency behind it. Small wins create big change. Sacrifice also means trusting the process when you can't see the result. You may not be where you want yet, but every disciplined day moves you closer. Each effort compounds like interest. That's why successful people never stop, because they know every step counts. Discipline gives your dreams structure. Without it, even passion fades. With it, even ordinary people achieve extraordinary things. It's your silent weapon, your invisible edge. Remember this. Dreams inspire you. Discipline builds you. And sacrifice defines you. The world will notice your success, but only you will know the price you paid. Wear it proudly, because that's the cost of greatness. Discipline is not about control, it's about freedom. Freedom to choose your actions. Freedom from bad habits. Freedom to live life on your own terms. That's what real power looks like. The power to command yourself. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. It will never come. Start now. Build discipline one choice at a time. Because success doesn't come to those who want it. It comes to those who work for it daily, with discipline and sacrifice. When you master self-discipline, you stop chasing success, it starts chasing you. And that's how unstoppable people are made. A positive mindset isn't about ignoring problems. It's about facing them with strength, hope, and courage. It's believing that no matter how dark the storm is, the sun will rise again. Every thought you think is shaping your future. Your mind is like a garden. If you plant positive seeds, you grow success. If you plant negativity, you grow fear and doubt. So choose your thoughts carefully. What you believe, you become. If you believe you can't, your mind will find excuses. If you believe you can, your mind will find a way. That's the power of belief. It turns invisible thoughts into visible results. The difference between people who give up and those who win isn't luck, it's mindset. The winners fall, fail, cry, and still rise because their belief is stronger than their fear. They don't just see what is, they see what could be. Belief gives you energy when motivation dies. It gives you direction when life feels lost. It whispers, "Keep going," when everything around you screams, "Quit." That's why mindset is everything. Your brain listens to everything you say. If you tell yourself, "I can't," your body shuts down. If you tell yourself, "I can," your body finds power you didn't know you had. Your words become your reality. Life is full of challenges. You can't control what happens, but you can control how you react. A positive mindset turns pain into purpose, and struggle into strength. That's how growth is born. Every successful person has faced doubt, fear, and failure. But they refuse to let those feelings define them. Instead, they turn them into lessons. They understood that mindset is not about pretending everything is fine. It's about believing everything can get better. You attract what you focus on. If you keep focusing on problems, you'll find more problems. If you focus on possibilities, you'll see more doors open. Energy flows where attention goes. A positive mindset is a daily choice. You don't wake up with it, you build it. You practice it in small moments. When you forgive instead of hate, when you hope instead of doubt, when you rise instead of quit. Each choice strengthens your belief. Negativity is easy, anyone can complain. But positivity takes strength. It means believing even when things go wrong. It means finding light when it's easier to curse the darkness. That's real power. A strong mindset doesn't deny pain, it transforms it. It looks at failure and says, "This is my teacher." It looks at rejection and says, "This is redirection." Every no you hear today brings you closer to a bigger yes. Your belief system creates your boundaries. If you think small, you'll live small. If you believe big, your life will expand beyond limits. Because your outer world is just a reflection of your inner world. The most powerful words you can ever say are, "I believe in myself." Not because you're perfect, but because you're willing to try again and again. Self-belief turns ordinary people into legends. When life knocks you down, a negative mindset says, "Why me?" But a positive one says, "Try me." That's the difference between victims and warriors. You can't control the storm, but you can control your sail. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to build mental strength. You don't grow when things are easy. You grow when life tests you. A positive mindset sees pain as preparation. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. The human mind is powerful beyond measure. What you imagine repeatedly, you eventually create. That's why successful people visualize their goals every day. They see it until they live it. Your thoughts create your future reality. Negativity destroys dreams before they start. It whispers, "You're not good enough." But belief replies, "Watch me." Never let doubt speak louder than your determination. Positivity doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means creating a better one. When you stay calm in chaos, hopeful in struggle, and grateful in pain, you rise above the noise. That's emotional intelligence powered by belief. Belief also attracts people. Positive minds inspire others to dream, to act, to become more. When you carry light within you, others find their way through your example. That's how leaders are born, not by position, but by mindset. You can change your life by changing your thoughts. If you think success, you'll act with confidence. If you think failure, you'll act with fear. It's not magic, it's mindset in motion. Many people wait for the right time to start. But the right time is when you decide to believe. Belief doesn't wait for proof, it creates it. You'll never be ready until you believe you are. A positive mindset gives you peace even when things don't go as planned. You stop fighting what you can't control and start focusing on what you can. That's real maturity, knowing when to persist and when to let go. Remember this. You can't live a positive life with a negative mind. Your inner world must change before your outer world does. Clean your thoughts, and your life will follow. Your belief becomes your shield. When people doubt you, it protects you. When life challenges you, it strengthens you. No one can take away a mindset that refuses to break. Gratitude is the fuel of positivity. When you appreciate what you have, you attract more blessings. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance. And abundance begins in your thoughts. Even the strongest people face negativity, but they don't feed it. They feed faith, hope, and courage. They know that what you feed grows, and what you ignore fades. So stop feeding fear. Feed belief. Mindset doesn't change overnight. It's built daily, through affirmations, habits, and awareness. Speak life over yourself every morning. Say, I am strong. I am capable. I am becoming better every day. Your mind will start believing what you repeat. Positivity is contagious. Surround yourself with people who see potential in you, not problems. Your environment shapes your mindset more than you think. Choose wisely who you listen to. The power of belief also comes from forgiveness, letting go of past failures. You can't move forward while holding on to what hurt you. Release the past and free your future. Every sunrise is a new chance to believe again. When doubt knocks, remind yourself of every time you survived. You've made it through storms before, you'll do it again. Faith doesn't eliminate fear, it gives you strength to move despite it. That's how belief wins. A positive mindset is your best defense against failure. Because failure can't destroy you, only quitting can. And belief makes quitting impossible. With belief, you always find a way. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Faith is walking even when you don't know what's ahead. That's how every dream begins, with a step powered by belief. Your thoughts create vibration. If you think love, you attract love. If you think success, you attract opportunities. Your mind is a magnet. Make sure it's tuned to positivity. You can't control everything, but you can control your mindset. And that changes everything. Because your life will always move in the direction of your strongest thoughts. So think strong. Think hopeful. Think unstoppable. People may doubt you, laugh at you, or criticize you. But their opinion only matters if you believe it. Replace their doubt with your faith. Your belief in yourself will always be louder than their noise. When life gets tough, don't say, "Why me?" Say, "Try me." Because a positive mindset doesn't run from challenges, it uses them as fuel. Pressure doesn't break diamonds, it creates them. The world rewards believers, not doubters. It rewards action takers, not excuse makers. It rewards those who dream with open eyes and work with focused hearts. Be that person. A strong mindset makes you undefeatable, not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. You learn to bend without breaking, to fall without giving up. That's resilience born from belief. You are one thought away from changing your whole life. One new belief away from a new reality. One positive mindset away from your breakthrough. Choose to believe, every day, every moment. Because in the end, your mindset decides your fate. The world outside you changes only when the world inside you does. Believe in the power within, it's stronger than any obstacle ahead. That's the true secret of success. A positive mind and an unshakable belief in yourself. They are the roots of greatness, and they live inside you. In a world that celebrates speed, patience becomes your secret weapon. Most people quit too early, right before the breakthrough. But those who stay persistent, even when it's slow, always win in the end. Because time always rewards those who respect the process. Every seed you plant takes time to grow. You can water it, nurture it, and care for it, but you can't force it to bloom overnight. Growth is silent, invisible, and sometimes frustrating. But the results always appear for those who keep believing. Patience isn't weakness. It's strength in disguise. It's the art of staying peaceful while life tests your limits. When everyone else is panicking, patience gives you power. Success doesn't happen in a straight line. It's a long road filled with twists, turns, and setbacks. And only persistence keeps you moving when the path gets hard. Persistence means you refuse to give up, no matter how long it takes. People often underestimate how long success really takes. They see others winning and assume it happened overnight. But behind every overnight success are years of invisible struggle. Patience is the price of greatness. Persistence is the twin of patience. Patience waits calmly. Persistence moves steadily. Together, they make you unstoppable. One gives you peace, the other gives you power. Every failure you face is a test. The universe is asking, how badly do you want it? If you quit easily, you never deserved it in the first place. Persistence proves your worth to yourself. The people who change the world aren't the smartest, they're the ones who refuse to quit. They tried, failed, learned, and tried again. And that repetition built their greatness. The world doesn't need more successful people. It needs more purposeful people. Because when you work from purpose, your success helps others rise too. That's true leadership. You may not know your full purpose yet, and that's okay. Start by following what excites you, what challenges you, what helps others. Those clues will lead you home. Purpose always reveals itself to those who keep moving. When passion meets purpose, you become unstoppable. You stop living for approval and start living for impact. You don't chase success, success starts following you. That's when you know you've found your why. Every great story begins with a person who refused to live without meaning. They weren't born special, they became special by living with purpose. And you can do the same. All it takes is one decision, to live on purpose, not by accident. So, wake up with intention. Work with passion. Move with purpose. Because when you live like that, you don't just survive. You inspire. Final thought. Success fades. Passion glows. Purpose lasts forever. That's the secret behind every unstoppable person. They don't just live for themselves. They live for something bigger.